Following a 6-month investigation by the Calgary Police Service Economic Crimes Unit, 2 people have been charged in relation to a credit card skimming and manufacturing operation. The investigation was brought to light following reports that credit card skimming devices were being placed on gas pumps throughout the city. As a result of the investigation, 2 search warrants were executed Wednesday, June 17th, 2015, at a residence in the 400 block of Mahogany Terrace S.E and at a residence in the 100 block of Silverado Boulevard S.W. Inside the residences, investigators found what is believed to be more than $150,000 worth of high-end merchandise purchased using fraudulent credit cards. The merchandise includes items from Breitling, Holt Renfrew, Burberry, Nordstrom, Prada, Gucci, Canada Goose, Apple, and GoPro. During the execution of the search warrants, investigators also discovered a fully functioning credit card and identification counterfeiting lab. This included hand tools and paint to create overlays, pinpad keys, cash, a track-to data reader and encoder, and samples of fraudulent credit cards and counterfeit identification. Officers also discovered a list of 38 addresses in and around the city which appeared to be at locations of gas stations where credit card skimmers may have been installed. To ensure the listed businesses had already not been victimized, the Economic Crimes team attended all locations to inspect gas pumps and alert management of all possible gas pump tampering and skimming activity. At this time, it is believed the suspects were able to obtain more than 500 credit card numbers per month from gas pump skimmers. Calgarians are being asked to check their credit card statements to ensure all charges are legitimate. A total of 39 charges have been laid against 2 men in relation to this investigation. Dennis Raniuk, 32, is charged with 3 counts of mischief to property, 3 counts of mischief to data, 3 counts of possessing an instrument of forgery, 2 counts of possessing credit card data, and 2 counts of possessing fraudulent credit card data. Dimitri Barbu, 33, is charged with 3 counts of mischief to property, 3 counts of mischief to data, 3 counts of possessing an instrument of forgery, 3 counts of breach of a recognizance, 7 counts of possessing credit card data, and 7 counts of possessing fraudulent credit cards. I can now take your questions.
Can we assume that if the investigation was ongoing for 6 months, 500 credit cards per month, that the total was 3,000 credit cards that were scammed?
You can make that assumption. Right now, all I can tell you is that we can approximate that. Our investigation is ongoing, and we'll be getting more solid numbers of how many numbers was scammed as we go in the future.
Is it accurate to report that over that 6-month period, the 500 cards per month is correct?
On average, for sure.
Is this a pretty extensive operation, like from CPS's perspective?
Yeah, this is definitely an extensive credit card skimming and manufacturing operation. Starting from beginning to end, this is very, very organized. Making the skimmers was part of this group's role. Placing the skimmers, again, taking those off, which in turn was able to get them credit card data. From there, taking that data and putting it onto cards, and then passing that off and going out, and as you see, getting all of the merchandise bought fraudulently on the fraudulent credit cards. From there, what we believe is happening is that these items, high-end items that are purchased for consumer use only, are sold via the internet or in person-to-person transactions. That money, we believe, is then laundered and sent internationally to places like Ukraine, United Kingdom, and Jersey, which is an island off the coast of the United Kingdom that is a well-known banking hub.
Is there anything in common between the victims? Like, is it all of a certain demographic or anything like that?
Anybody that buys gas and swipes at the pump using a credit card could be a victim.
Anything else?
Are you looking for more suspects in the case?
More suspects in the case. At this time, we're not looking for more suspects in the case. The investigation is ongoing, and we will be digging into further leads throughout our investigation.
Just a point of clarification, does the money laundering happen here
So if you can think of money laundering as washing money, essentially that laundering is happening here by purchasing the fraudulent items with the fraudulent credit card. So that's illegitimate. They sell those items on eBay and Kijiji and other places like that to get cash, to liquidate that item into a commodity that's very hard to trace, cash. We also have, in this instance, found 2 tokens that are believed to be cryptocurrency and are used to trade and sell over the internet, Bitcoin currency. So not a, it's a recognized currency, however not regulated. So it's very hard to trace.
Do you know why then the money is being sent abroad in the first place?
At this time, that's part of the ongoing investigation.
And the Bitcoin, it's been speculated that Bitcoin is, because it's unregulated, it's easier to be used on the black market or by gangs. Do you know if there's any connection to that, whether that's organized crime in Calgary or outside of Calgary?
Well, our suspicion with this group and the activity that we're seeing here would be that it would be consistent with organized crime.
Is it always the swipe, or is it ever tap technology that's used to steal this credit?
No, you know what? It is only swipe technology, tap technology. If you have a credit card with tap capabilities or a debit card with tap capabilities, that actually would protect you in this instance. One of the things that we'd like to pass on in the past, we've said jiggle the pump, jiggle the skimming device. Really, you have to give it quite a hard pull. Investigators found that it wasn't just a matter of jiggling it, but pulling it several times to get it off. And then checking your credit card statement regularly as well. Be diligent when purchasing items online. You put yourself at risk when you purchase or receive stolen property. On top of that, you're encouraging the continuation of theft and fraudulent activity, which ultimately impacts the consumer on the back end.
Were these items when they're sold online, were they sold on one specific site or online marketplace?
Multiple sites.
Are you able to name any of them?
I already did Kijiji and eBay.
How can it's a potential buyer? How can I recognize or identify they actually stealing?
Well, ultimately, if you're a potential buyer, it's not going to be sold for face value. It's in the package. It's a brand new item. It's going to be sold for less money than the value of it is. And what I would suggest to you is that if it seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Just a last question to contextualize this, based on your knowledge work and experience working with this unit, is this considered a regular size finding, or larger than normal, or how abnormal is something this big, or that appears to be this big?
You know what, as far as the manufacturing piece of it, it is a little bit bigger than what we've seen in the past. We now can say that these individuals or this group has been actually making the skimming devices as well. In the past, we believe them to be ordered off the internet. So that sort of has extended. This one is a little bit larger than we normally see. And then when you look at the amount of property, which is the commodity that this group is moving, it is very significant and very high end as well.